morning. Don't pretend like you don't know what time it is. It's Challenge Rift time, baby. And as usual, every week, your uncle, your creepy damn uncle, is here with his fresh cup of coffee. It's Challenge Rift 65. It's a Trag'Oul's Necromancer. So to begin with, let's have a look at the set bonuses, which is the most important part of any build in this game for your character. So for 2 pieces, Blood Rush gains the effect of every rune. Cool. For 4 pieces, while at full health, your healing from skills is added to your maximum life for 45 seconds, up to 100% more. Anything that we can have here for damage reduction or health increases is huge because it's quite a squishy character, quite a squishy build to play until you get used to the game mechanics. For full 6 pieces, your life spending abilities deal 100% increased damage, and your healing from skills is increased by 100%. So, damage-wise, if we're looking at our skills here, Simulacrum, and also the most important for damage output here is Skeletal Mage. So, Simulacrum has a huge cooldown, 120 seconds. So we want to time this right and activate it when we're pretty much in the midst of an elite pack that's really going to be hard to kill or whatever. Just time it right with elite packs. And as you can see, the cost is 25% health. So it's costing us health, and this is what's going to benefit from that huge buff on the 6-piece set bonus. Same goes for the Skeletal Mage, which costs us 40% essence and also 10% health. But because there's a health cost, it multiplies with all of that lovely 6-piece set bonus numbers that we went through just before. Sick. Looking at other gear here, Brig's Wrath, Convention of Elements, Haunted Vision. So Simulacrum now drains 5% of your maximum life, but lasts twice as long. So definitely pretty awesome there for damage increases. And I'm pretty happy to finally see a character that has 3 gems in all of the critical slots there. So the amulet and the 2 rings, awesome. Lacuni Prowlers, nothing really worth mentioning there. Ledger's Disdain. Grim Scythe deals an additional blah blah blah. Well, we're not using Grim Scythe, alright? So we're using Bone Spikes there. And Trag'Oul's Corroded Fang. Again, nice ancient item, but we're not going to be benefiting anything from this because we're not using the Curse Scythe room for Grim Scythe. So we're not going to benefit from that nice damage increase there, excuse me. And that's pretty much it. Witching Hour, always good for boosting damage. All in all, it's mostly the set items here that we're going to be taking advantage of. Anyway, looking into Canai's Cube, Raylena's Shadow Hook, Tasker and Theo, Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac for some cooldown reduction. Nice there. Skills, Bone Spikes. We're going to be using Bone Spikes to regenerate our essence whenever we're out or whenever we're running low, so that way we can keep casting those Skeletal Mages, these bad boys, because we want to have as many Skeletal Mages up as possible. They're going to be doing all of our damage for us. They're going to be doing the killing. Now, Bone Armor you want to use as soon as you can and keep it up at 10 maximum stacks, because this is a squishy build. Even with Bone Armor, if you're taking a lot of damage, if you're in the middle of melee damage, or if you're standing in elemental damage, you're going to die. So just be careful. You can really die very quickly in this, and just make sure you keep your distance, keep your Bone Armor stacks up at full. Devour, we don't really need to worry about too much. It'll restore essence as we run over corpses. So we got an aura around us, which you don't have to worry about. You don't have to activate. It's always activated. Just run over corpses. And Blood Rush, definitely a nice one to get out of sticky situations. Blood Rush out of packs when you're in trouble, and it's also a good mobility tool to increase your speed during the Challenge Rift as well. And Simulacrum, like I mentioned, huge cooldown. Definitely want to time this right and use it when you're in trouble, either in the midst of huge dense packs, or if you need the extra damage to kill elite packs. And what it does, the way it works is it'll summon a duplicate of ourselves, and the duplicate will start summoning the Skeletal Mages for us as well. It basically copies any of your secondary skills that you use. And finally, let's look at the passives really quickly. Not that we need to, you just need to see me. You just need to know how to use the mechanics of this build and also watch me in the Challenge Rift, and then you'll be fine. You'll be smashing the time, I guarantee you. Extended Servitude, Life from Death, Overwhelming Essence, and Final Service. So that's pretty much it. I've gone through every skill there. I've explained to the best of my ability how they all work. Pretty much all you want to be focusing on is casting skeletal mages whenever you possibly can, making sure there's heaps up and that they're killing everything in sight. Use your bone spikes to regenerate essence when you need to, and time your simulacrum perfectly when you're in trouble mostly. I do it as soon as I get in there. I blood rush into a pack, I activate my bone armor, I get out, and then I cast my simulacrum and then my skeletal mages as well. That way we get a nice boost to the beginning of the challenge rift, and there's already corpses on the floor that we can consume or devour. Sorry. All right, enough talk. Let's just go do this, because that's the most critical part of this. Watching me do it, so you can do it as well. Good luck to everybody. Hope you beat my time. All right, we're in. And we don't want to waste too much time. I like to get right in there. The problem is it is a squishy character, but if you hang back too much and don't progress forward, you're not going to get a good time. So try and use your blood rush to position yourself in a good area so you can just keep on moving. There's no point sort of staying back too much. As you can see here, I'm pushing forward as much as I possibly can. And this is actually a really good one to get a good leaderboard position. It's good to challenge the time. It's very easy to beat your previous time. You really need to sort of work on your strategies and how to improve them from challenge rift to challenge rift. Because looking at the leaderboards, there are some ridiculous times. Oh, just got out of there in time. That would have killed me if it clipped me. But you think it's insane how people can get under 3 minutes, but if you have a few shots at it and you just find one thing to improve on for your next run, you just find that you keep beating your time. And this is like my third run and I can't do anymore because I have to go to work. But I'm excited because there are things that I've noticed now that I'm moving forward a lot more, not wasting too much time just staying at the back. It's all about timing and using that blood rush perfectly so you can position yourself well and make sure that you make sure that you aim at the area you want to cast your skeletal mages. So if the elite is over there and you're on the other side of the screen, make sure you're hovering your mouse over the elite and casting your skeletal mages. That way they'll be summoned straight on top of the elite. You'll summon the elites on top of it. You'll summon your mages on top of his head. Speed pylon here. And there are some critical pylons coming up. I haven't mentioned them yet, but there's one shield pylon which really helps us. I know there's an elite coming up here. Shortly I'll probably use my simulacrum because it's pretty tense. I'm always just low on health. And that's the problem with this character. It's so squishy. See how I smashed that elite so quickly. So that was a perfect time simulacrum, I think. Because we were starting to run low on health. I was struggling to get above half health. But regardless, we've got the shield now as well. So we're not taking damage for a little while. Oh no, we are taking damage, sorry. I could have sworn there was a shield pylon somewhere. Oh no, that's because we activated our, it's because there's a health cost for our abilities, that's right. I was tripping out for a second. So the shield still is active for a few more seconds there. It's just hard to focus on, what buffs you got available when you're trying to play as well. So we still had the shield buff up, and now we're in a tense situation because we've taken damage again. So not only do our abilities cost health, we're also taking damage, which is reducing our health. So it's quite challenging. And on top of that, it's a squishy character. So we haven't died yet. We're going all right. It's going to be a good time. And I won't have time to repeat it. So even if I do die once, it's not a big deal. We're not going to waste too much time. It'll cost us a few important seconds. Come on, I just need the Rift Guardian to summon. Oh my god. And now you just want to have your skeletal mages up and avoid damage like I didn't. Mother. So we died. It's alright. Just going to activate our bone armor, get our skeletal mages up, and try not to let that happen again. I don't know if that was just a distance thing and he targeted me like that. I should have got out of it. Damn it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We only lost a few seconds there. That is how we do this week's Challenge Rift. And every time, that was my third run. I think the first time I only bet it by about 20 seconds. I got about 5:20. Then my second one was like 4 minutes. My third one, 3:30. It may seem impossible after you do this the first time, but if you keep improving each run and you want to really get on top of the leaderboards, it can be done. You just have to practice. You have to focus on what you can improve from your last run, and I guarantee you will get there. There's already things that I've noticed there that I could improve on my next run, such as the timing of the shields and really using the pylons to the best of my ability. But I can't do that today because it's work time, and I think that's good enough. You guys get a basic good understanding right now of how to complete the challenge rift, so you should get it first shot. If you die, don't stress too much, just resurrect and keep going because you won't waste too much time. Just keep in mind it is squishy, and make sure that you focus on using your blood rush to get out of damage and elemental enemy abilities that you come across. So stay out of all that. Elemental damage will really rip through you, as will melee if you stand right in the middle of it. So use blood rush, move around, focus on where you're casting from, and try and be as clear from damage as possible. Make sure you keep coming back now, and don't forget to subscribe, and your dear old uncle will love you that much more.